All right, so what I have here is venison. Now it says MD. It's ground, but it's not ground for ground like burger venison. I think it's just what is left over, and they grind it, and it's very lean. So I have an idea, and so this idea is going to grow. If anybody knows what MD means or what I'm about to do, what this is, let me know. But I'm going to make something, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so now I have flattened this out a little bit more. It was bigger than my cutting board, and so now we're going to season it, and I put it back in the freezer just to make it firm enough, because I'm going to bread this. But you're going to see what I'm going to do. Let's see what I'm going to do. I have something in my head about this. All right, so far we have used salt, pepper, garlic. Well, I'm about to use garlic. About to use some garlic, onion powder. Well, that's not onion powder. Shoo, I'm glad I didn't get that one. I didn't want that one. That would have made it taste weird. What I'm doing, sometimes we don't know what I'm doing. We don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. And now there's this. It actually tastes pretty good. It adds a little bit of heat. Adds a little bit of heat, which I like. I like a little bit of heat. Okay. So this is a process. It's a process. Steve's process. So we're going to, like that, like that, like that. Okay. So you're going to see what I'm doing. What I'm about to do here. What I'm about to do here. Let's get that back in the screen a little bit better. It's hard. I have such little counter space. See if I can get this to flip over without losing any of it. There we go. There we go. Salt. Not too much, because this has salt in it. So we're going to go like this. Adds a little bit of heat. Pepper. And garlic. Garlic powder is not too strong, especially not the Great Value. And from what I was reading, that Great Value, a lot of these seasonings have like heavy metals in them, so we don't want to go overboard with that either. If they have heavy metals, oh my gosh, our food system, our food supply. Now I'm thinking, when I get this done, you guys let me know if I make the right move. I am going to make, I've been debating of what I'm going to make to top this, and I think I'm going to be using this country gravy. Throw some pepper in there, and you just can't go wrong with country gravy. Anyway, you can just eat that in a bowl anyways. So always wash your hands while you go, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to bread this. We are going to bread this. Now the thing is, what I'm going to do, let's see, let's get the breadcrumb. Now I'm going to move this out because I didn't realize my breadcrumbs were up here. Breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs Italiano. Breadcrumbs Italiano. Now, the question is, do I bread it flat like that and then roll it? Do I bread both sides, then roll it and bread it again? I think I'm going to do it like this. That's the question. I haven't done anything like this, but because this is what I want to do. We're going to be adding cheese, so I need to change plates on that because I need to make my egg wash. Let me see. I will see. I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to roll this cheese up in here. Gotta have the cheese, man. See what we can do for cheese. Gotta have cheese. How you gonna have? How you not gonna have cheese? Let me see if I can do this. I gotta tell you, man. I am not sure about what I am doing, but I do know that I'm doing it. I might not be able to fit that much cheese in there. I am eating cheese off the camera. Because you have to eat cheese off the camera. Now, I do this, right? You guys getting what I'm putting down here? Oh no, it's too thin there. It's too thin there. How we doing? I'm going to form this into a log. Let me see if I can pinch these edges. This edge is pinched, so I can turn this log around and around, pinch these edges in, create a seal because we want to seal it so the cheese doesn't come out. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? I'm gonna have to. That's that one spot that's just like way thin on that one spot. That's okay. That's okay. Now, what I need to do is create an egg wash. I need an egg wash. I don't have any flour. I have almond flour, but I've tried it. I don't like using it, so I'm going to be doing an egg wash and doing this without flour. I've done it before, and it's okay. Maybe not the best result without the flour, but it works. It does, and you get the flavors. I'm going to do a little bit of milk for the egg wash right there. I hate, these are expensive eggs, and I use these as my, like when you see my videos with sunny side up eggs, that's this is what I'm using. They're pasture raised, and you also need to be able to crack an egg with one hand. Okay. And always watch, especially with egg, chicken, anything you're doing, make sure you keep rinsing your hands off. That is a good practice. So what I'm going to do here is throw some seasoning in the slurry in the egg wash. Why not, right? A little extra seasoning never hurt. And because I don't have a lot of cooking implements, and this is a very, I live in an efficiency apartment. This is a very small kitchen. So the things that you see me do, I'm doing with not much room to do them in. And I'm always trying to improvise what I'm doing. Okay. So we got ourselves some egg wash. We're egg washing it. See how we're egg washing it? So now we're going to take this and put it in the breadcrumbs. Put it in the breadcrumbs. Yeah. Put it in the breadcrumbs. You want it in the breadcrumbs. Alright. So we want to mold it in there. We want to get them breadcrumbs on there. Get them in there real good. The flour usually is actually beneficial when you're doing this. It adds bulk to it. But like I said, I've tried with the. See, what I'm going to do is we're going to go heavy on the breading. Heavy on the breading. Heavy on the breading. That's what we're going to do. Heavy on the breading. Yeah. So, because we're going to stick this in a pan. Stick this in a pan, man. We're going to stick this in a pan, man. Are you getting all this? I think you are. I'm working on it. I know it could be boring, but let's see what happens. That's where it doesn't boring, when we see the result. What do you think about? I think I'm going to do the gravy. I think when this is all said and done, I'm going to have the gravy done. That way I can decide if I'm going to do it or not. And then you guys can tell me if I did the right thing on that. Look at that. That's a lot of bread. This is what we want. That's exactly what we want right there. It's exactly what we want. Exactly what we want right there. I know it. Wash your hands. Get these clean. Alright. I'll do some editing to make this shorter. Because, you know, you got to clean as you go. If you don't clean as you go, then it's not clean as you went. Clean as you go, so you clean as you went. Let me, the big pan or the little pan? Let me see. I gotta clean that pan. I think we'll do just fine with that. Right there. We're gonna cook up some oil. Cook up the oil. Get the oil hot. We'll get the oil hot. I'm gonna need that plate. I'm gonna need that plate. Let's go ahead and let's get the oil hot. Let's see what oil I got. Oh, looks like I got just enough olive oil or avocado oil. Avocado oil. We're gonna let that. There's a lot of it. Like I said, I have an idea. It's what I have. So I'm seeing if this idea is gonna taste good or not. Now, considering I've cooked for a lot of years, I've tried many different things. I just never had a flattened out thing of venison before, and I'm like, okay, what can I do with that? Man, my dish is starting to crack. My specialty dish. But I have a whole closet full of these because my boss Robbie gave me a whole bunch of dishes. But that's the dish we're going to use. Now we gotta just let the oil get heated. So I'm going to turn this off for a second while the oil gets heated. And always have paper towels. Paper towels is the way you want to go. Why? Because. Now it's the most sanitary way to go. If you keep trying to use a cloth towel over and over again, then you end up cross-contamination. You don't want cross-contamination. So I'm going to turn this off for a second and I'll be right back. Okay, while this oil is still heating, I'm going to prep the country gravy. These mixes are actually really good, and you can actually do a lot of things like add broth or more cream. I'm going to be adding more pepper to the seasoning. So you're bringing 1.5 cups of water to a boil. You're mixing 1/2 cup. You're going to make it into a slurry, and it will thicken itself. And we'll have a nice. Then you know it'll thicken up, and what I'm going to do is let it be nice and thick. We'll be adding more pepper to it, and these are real convenient. You don't have to make a roux. Yes, I do know how to make a roux, and other ways to thicken things, but these are a very convenient way of doing things. I do like if I had a beef bone broth in the house, I'd probably use that to bring out the flavor of the beef flavor. But I do not. I have some chicken bone broth, but I'm going to be using that for I do that penne pasta during the week, 4 days a week. I find different ways to do that because the penne pasta that I use is very low carb. It's high protein, low carb, and so that keeps my daily carbs at a lower level, but still giving me the nutrition I need. Let's see. It's almost there. The oil is almost there. I'm going to call it good. I don't like to jump the gun. There we go. There we go. That'll work. And we're going to have to watch that because we're going to have to spin this thing. And like I said, this is the part that I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should have sprayed it with some oil and pulled out the air. Maybe next time what I'll do, because I have a friend who blesses me with venison from time to time. Maybe I'll try this again and just spray it a little bit and put it in. I have an air fryer. I just haven't used it. I've used it like twice. I don't get it because I've always cooked, on a stove. I've always cooked from scratch type things, and so I just haven't gotten into doing the air fryer. But I was just thinking something like this. That might be a cool way to. That might be a cool way to do it, is on the air fryer. I need to get a food grade sprayer so I can put oil in it, and so I can spray stuff. That's the only thing that I see. That's gonna be a whole new, really, you gotta get into. I know people that use their air fryer all the time, and they're really good at using their air fryer. And so I would say, yeah, we might do that next time. I want to make sure that I'm not going to overcook. I want to make sure I'm getting brown. Let me see. Yeah, all right. What we might be doing, I think I'm going to be putting this oven on. Because I think what's going to happen is we're going to brown, then we're going to end up browning. We're going to end up browning the breadcrumbs, but not actually cooking it all the way through. So I just kicked on the oven to 400 to heat it up, and we'll probably get about 350, and I'll stick it in the oven for a little bit, and we'll see what happens from that. Now, when I pull it out, I'm thinking that I'm just going to cover it with. I'm going to cover the whole thing, or should I cut it should I cut like pieces of it and make a design on the plate. I think I'll cut pieces of it and see how, start with pieces and then see what kind of design we get on the plate. It's patience. It's a waiting game now, and you don't want to jump the gun. You don't want to jump the gun because you want to have really nice coloring on your breading. I would have put it on the big stovetop, the big range right there, the big coil, but that sucker, it goes out of control sometimes, so I tend not to use it so much. And of course, I'm in an apartment complex. They're not going to change out the stove. If I could ask them, but they won't. So I do use it sometimes. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. I'm going to move this a little bit to get some heat on that end. I think that's where we're going to have to get some coverage on the ends, is put it in the oven for that. So if I can push that down a little bit try to get the ends in there, because as you see, we're getting the color in the middle, but I don't want to get it burned either, you see. But that's a good I can tell that's a good temperature on the oil. Here we go on the slurry of so I'm going to mix that up, and I'm going to get my pepper out, and we're going to pepper this sucker up. I'm going to pepper this up. Let's see if I can get that open. You gotta have pepper, man. There it is. That's a pepper sauce right there. I might have gone a little too heavy, but I'm not one that shies away from peppery things. And I'll add a little bit of the seasoning that we're using, the major seasoning. Make a little extra heat on that. There we go. How about a little smoke? We could put a little smoke. Since that's cheddar cheese, this should have been with Italian. I should have had like a mozzarella, provolone, something like that. But because of the type of breadcrumbs I was using, but if we put a little smoke in that gravy, a little smoke in that gravy, a little heat, little smoke, that'll help out the cheddar cheese. That'll help out the cheddar cheese. And that stuff is great if you want just a little heat, but a taste of the smoke. That is the. Look how good that stuff. Look how good that looks. Look how good that looks. That is awesome. All right. All right, I'm going to call that still acceptable. I got chatting a little too much. I'll turn the oil down just a little bit. We're going to get our pan back out. That's going to go into the oven. It would have been something to have just had a deep fry it. Like I said, I probably should have air fried it, because splits. From what I'm saying, you just spritz it with some oil all around, and just that little bit of oil will actually fry it down. Yeah, that feels good. That feels real good. I like it. I like it a lot. We gotta let it. You gotta be patient. That's the thing. You gotta be patient. All right. Now this, I'm just gonna put it on low. You can smell the smoke that we just put in there. That smoky flavor. That's a nice gravy right there. See that? You just add things to it. That's going to taste really, really good. And that smoke is going to help with the cheddar cheese. That looks nice. That looks nice. It's not burnt. It's not overdone. What we're going to do is now we're going to get this into the oven. So it was a little light here, so we're going to go set it up like that. That's actually a good color. And we're going to let it. Gotta stick it in there just like that. I'm not gonna cover it because I want that to get a little more color to it. Alright, so I was just looking for a glass jar that I thought I had but I don't have, so I'm gonna let this cool down and it'll go into a plastic jar, and I will be responsible and not put this down the sink. Do not put your oil down the sink. That is, even though avocado oil is good for moving in your blood system, it's not good for moving in a sewer system. So be responsible with your oil. That's my what do you call it? CBS Cares. That's my public service announcement. Yeah. All right, let me tell you something. One, any country gravy needs to be thick. If you're gonna do country gravy, it's got to be thick. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you something. This country gravy is spicy. Ooh-wee. That's got some heat to it. So that's going to be good. That's going to be good with the cheddar cheese. Okay, so I now have that going at... So I had this thought. I was like, hey, I have a thermometer. So let me get that into the center there. See where it's at. It is not even 100. So we are going to stick this back in the oven for a little while longer. I'm just in anticipation now, because after tasting that gravy and smelling what it smells like, I am ready. See, clean your thermometer. I use a mixture of Dawn and an actual bleach in my cleaning solution, and then I thin it out with water. But it does sanitize. The things that need to be sanitized. And I do. This is one trick that I do, because let's say I just want to clean this up real quick, right? Well, I'm going to sanitize this later, but having these extra paper towels, you're able to get it done and wipe stuff up and basically keep things clean as you go. You got to clean as you go. And when I was in food service, when I was in the kitchens, fine dining, you know, especially when I started as a dishwasher and then moved to a pot washer, moved into the pantry. I was learning knife skills at the time. You know, you're working for the chef, and the chef's teaching you how to cut onions, mushrooms, you know, just your basic knife skills and everything. One of the things you have to do is you have to learn how to clean as you go. And the other thing is, as a dishwasher, pot washer, you're always cleaning up after the chef too. So That's one thing. But that's one thing. You learn good skills under a good chef. You learn good skills. I had a really good chef. I call him, because he had such a high standard, I call him a nice Gordon Ramsay. But if you actually watch Gordon Ramsay, he's actually a really nice person. He just has a hard persona, and he loves the restaurant business. And I have to give it to him. He loves the restaurant business. This is just perfect. It's thick. Country gravy has to be thick. If you go someplace and it's not, if that country gravy isn't just like thick on your biscuit or whatever you're having it on your chicken fried steak, tell them no. Tell them take it back, because that's not country gravy. All right, my oil is cooled off, so I can put it into a plastic container. I have a plastic container down here. And I'm just letting that run. I'm going to be cutting a lot of that out. Because I don't, if I keep turning it off, then I might end up forgetting to turn it back on, and you miss the best part. I don't want to miss the best part. I don't want you to miss the best part. I don't want me to miss the ball. I'm not going to miss the best part because I'm the one that's eating it. That's right. I'm the one that's eating it. All right. Let's see if we got a temp move. If we got it at 120, we're going to eat it. Look at that. Look at that. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. I'm excited. This puppy has moved to 130. It is a go. It is a go. Now, do you want me to cut it like right now, or do you want me to let it sit for a little bit? Probably need to let it sit. That's the proper thing to do, is you let it sit for a minute. Let it rest. It needs to rest. It needs to have rest. It needs to have rest. But we're going to cut it on the plate. Because, you know why? Because if I cut it on the cutting board and all the cheese goes klurp, we don't want to lose the cheese. We don't want to lose the cheese. Look at this gravy. Oh yeah. Yes, yes, yes. All right. I gotta do this for a short. See if we can move some of this out of here. Okay. Because I don't know why can you upload a short Why can you upload a short from your phone, but you can't do it from your computer? All right. Where is it? All right. Let's see if we got a good view of this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Look at that. That's rare. That is rare. Let me taste it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh man. The gravy, great idea. Oh my gosh, you getting this? Are you getting this? Look at that, look at that. I'll put this to the side. Put that to the side. This, I'm gonna tell you, it tastes good. It tastes great. So let's get some presentation going here. It's cheesy, cheesy. Cheesy, cheesy. Look at that little blob of cheese right there. Little blob of cheese right there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is wonderful. This is my meal. I'm gonna be snacking on that right there, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. This is my pinwheel of presentation right here. Look at that, huh? Look at that. Let me get a ladle for the gravy. Nice thick gravy. Put some gravy on that. I'm going to use a ladle. I gotta get a short in here on this one. Gotta get a short. Gotta do a short, people. This is awesome. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. You get the whole video. Look, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now that is the proper thickness of a country gravy. What do you think, y'all? It's gonna be a great short right there. It was kind of weird the way it was. This is a, look at that. Look at the glisten on that. I do like this product. It's called Pioneer. You can do so much with it. Look at that. Wow. Okay, now what I'm going to do, that was for presentation. I'm a gravy guy. Okay? So, this is what I do. I'm going to use all the gravy. I'm going to use every bit of the gravy. Why have the gravy if you're not going to use the gravy? All right. Gravy, 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 gravy. It's all gravy from here. I hope you liked the video, and I hope you think it looks good. Let me know in the comments, and we'll see what we do next time.